in Time is the movie I'm reviewing today, and this movie is on Ruth Kadiri 24/7. A recap of this movie talks about a drug dealer who fell in love with a lady whose mother maltreated them in the past. This lady actually saved his life from going to prison, so that love began to grow more. And this young man also saved this lady's mother's life, despite the fact that he was maltreated when he was young with his mother. If you want to watch Back in Time, showing on Ruth Kadiri 24/7. What I like about this movie, I will start with cinematography. Actually, I really F with this cinematography a lot. This is crystal clear. The quality of camera, the lighting was good, angles were good, color grading, no unnecessary color grading, that was really good. Cinematography, when it comes to Ruth Kadiri, she does her best. She doesn't do unnecessary editing. She just gives you that sharpness, clear. Camera quality is on point, and the men or the people behind the cameras know how to, shoot correct video. So when it comes to cinematography, I hardly complain when it comes to Ruth Kadiri. So yeah, this movie was very beautiful to watch. Viewing pleasure alone for this movie was 100%. So I really like that. Next thing I like is location. It seems this movie was not shot in Nigeria because of the car number plates, and of course also the house they used. That is the location. Yeah, you could just feel that this was not a Nigeria production at all. The breeze that was blowing, you could hear the background noise from the breeze that was blowing. You know that this no be Nigeria. Yeah, I like the location. That means that if you travel out of Nigeria with a little more of your crew, you can shoot a movie outside per permission from that country's entertainment. But you need to take permission. Definitely need permission to take video or movie or shoot a movie in another person's country. So if you travel and you have the right permission to do that, you should take that opportunity to shoot a good movie outside of your normal shoot in Lagos or Abuja. So I really appreciate this location a lot. I don't know if it is SA they shot it at or Kenya. I'm definitely sure it's some part of Africa, but yeah, I really F with the location. Then the house, that house was beautiful. It was airy. It's added beautification to this movie. And talk about the hospital scene. The bed was beautiful. The ward was just clean. I'm not sure if the hospital scene is also outside of Nigeria, but yeah, the hospital scene was really a good addition, because normally Ruth Kadiri movies, she hardly show hospital scene, and when you see the hospital scene, it's very boring and laid back. You just see one bed. You don't even see hospital equipment in there. So this movie had one of the best hospital scenes I've seen with Ruth Kadiri's production. So that was nice. Then we talk about the bullying part, where Ruth Kadiri's mom were bullying the other woman and the son. That house, the pool, that house was also very nice. So yeah, location was a bit okay for this movie. I like it. Next thing I like about this movie, which is the throwback storyline they gave us. They gave us a background story. He was reminiscing about everything that the mom did to him and his mom. So that whole throwback of the storytelling was beautiful. I always complain that don't just sit down and narrate a background story or throwback story for us without showing us or letting us see exactly how this played out. So this was nice. I really like it when throwback scenes are shown to us and we know how those characters acted in those throwback. I really like that, because how much effort can you put in when it comes to YouTube stories? Like, there's no effort. So if you are telling us, at least show us. Don't be lazy and just sit down and let us imagine what happened to you in the hello. So I really like the effort Ruth put in telling us the throwback, and of course the characters she used. Those were young people she has introduced again into her production, and those two young actors were okay. They don't need to do too much. The boy was practically doing what he wanted to do. the young Ruth Kadiri herself was also doing what she has to do. I just love the throwback story. That was really nice. I like that. Those two people who are putting a little effort in some of these small details, I really like that a lot. Another thing I like about this movie is the song, the theme song. It seems Ruth is also investing in her personal song for her movie, because the one she has been using, other channels are also using the same thing. I don't know if it is one person that produced the same song and share the rights to all of them, or they have I don't know how they do it, but she has a new song in this movie and it is in Igbo as well. So I'm like, okay, that's new, that's nice. So yes, a good movie will definitely have their own special theme song or just a good instrumental sound on it, not just the normal YouTube sound that most of them are used to. I really hope that those who are making a lot of money start investing in good sound. There are a lot of good artists out there that will definitely, give you a good music for your movies. So yes, start investing in that. At least you have about 5 different songs which you can be switching up in your movies. That'll be fine. Not all your movies should have one song. Hello, there's no special something that you look forward to in your movie. So I like that this sound is different from your usual one that we are used to. I like that. Keep it up. Finally, what I like about this movie is makeup. The makeup, I just want to appreciate the makeup on the Ruth Kadiri's mom, the bald hair that they did for her. That was the makeup that was really good. The bald head makeup was fantastic. It seems as if she was, diagnosed with cancer or something. That was not the case. I think she was just bald, per the sickness that she was having. That was really nice. The little detail effort I'll always appreciate, because YouTube, a lot of them are lackadaisical. They do not care. All they care about is views. So when I see small effort like this, I appreciate it. And those are the things I like about this movie. Moving on to what I do not like about this movie, I'll start with acting of the characters. The acting was bad. The storyline of this movie is good. The actors or the cast is bad. If not for Ruth herself and maybe Deza the Great, I don't know how this movie is going to be. It's especially the 2 ladies, the 2 bodyguards, or the 2 other men who were, doing the dirty business for Deza the Great. Those 4 characters, I don't know, man, they were so out of touch. They did not have lines to deliver. They were not confident. The acting was just so bad. This was a drug lord who was making a lot of money. So I expected the people that were working for him should be as fearless and strong and confident as him. Not so bored, so labor, so scared. Like, what? Even Genevieve tried her best. Like, she tried to be very mean and things like that. She did her part. The others, this movie just lacked a certain source that will hold this movie in high esteem when it comes to her production. The storyline was good. It started so well. I was expecting so much energy and some depth for this movie, and it just went downhill in terms of the acting, guys. Yeah, the acting didn't, the characters didn't pull this movie together at all. That was so sad, because they look, man, that was so. The storyline is not bad, guys. You should watch. It's not bad. Drug lord making a lot of money. Like, I was expecting so much more, and it just lacked the sauce. It was so painful to watch. Oh man, guys, that was so painful. Yeah, so the characters in this movie lack a certain substance to hold and make this movie what it's supposed to be. For me, I do not like the characters that was in this movie. Aside Ruth and Deza, the others were just... Then we talk about the police officers that came to raid their house. Just 2. They were not even armed. I know maybe they are private investigators, so they did not have to be in uniform and stuff like that. But they did not look confident. Their delivery, especially the man that was, helping the lady. This movie, I don't know if they are Nigerians or they are from that country that this movie was shot. They just lack the substance to carry this movie. It's so sad to watch. This movie had potential. Like, it had potential to be one of those top recommended movie by people, but it just lacked it. Anyway, That's my opinion. And I was really angry and sad that this movie just went up and down, and that was not something I was expecting at all. So yeah, that was something that I do not like about this movie. The characters were just not it for it. Another thing I don't like about this movie is after finding out that Genevieve was behind the secret about giving him up, they didn't show us when they were beating her up. We just saw that there was scar, they've strip her and stuff like that. They could have given us a scene of the bodyguards beating the hell out of her. I mean, as a drug lord, when you see someone betraying you, you always see a scene of the person that was betraying their boss being beaten up, and that scene is always intense. They could have given us something like that. That would have make up for all the board and like a drug lord. We didn't even see him doing business transaction with another person or selling the drug to another drug lord. Like, there was no meeting. The movie just lacks something that will make it. Ruth, this was a very good story. You just lack the interpretation of it. You just lack the script writing of it. I don't want to say it lacks creativity. Something was just a lot actually was missing in this movie, and that was so painful to watch because beginning I was having high hopes and my hopes just died in the middle of it. I was like, oh no, this is not it, guys. I think Nigerians lack script writers and good storytellers. We may have storytellers, but script writers to elaborate some of these stories is what we are lacking in Nigeria. So I don't know how we are going to move forward with some of these storylines, and it's so bad because giving this story to some production, maybe not with Kadiri or not even a Nigerian, the person would have elaborated and made the story a very huge cinema or even Netflix production. This movie had potential. It just had potential, but they did not work on it, and that was sad to watch. That notwithstanding, I'll actually give this movie a 5/10. If you haven't watched Back in Time, showing on Ruth Kadiri 24/7, do well to watch. I'll see you all in the next movie review.